Right.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to Focus on Liberia. In this edition, we're going to be speaking with some cultural icon from Liberia. And this is Liberia cultural performance. We're going to be discussing the past, the present, and we're looking at our crystal ball for the future of Liberian cultural performance. With me, I have my co-host Daniel Knuckles-guishard, who's going to introduce our guest. And welcome to all our guests right here tonight. We want to welcome all our viewers from across the world. Daniel, I'll pass it on to you to introduce our wonderful guest tonight.
Thanks, Dennis, and welcome again to all of our guests. Thank you for tuning in each and every Sunday. Before I begin, I'd like to take this time, or we would like to take this time to send out our congratulations to all of the graduates, especially here in the Georgia area. This is our big graduation weekend, and we've seen a lot of Liberian and Liberian American graduates. So we just want to say congratulations, well done, and keep striving for academic achievements. So congratulations. And as Dennis said, tonight we have three guests, and we'll be talking about the Liberian cultural performing arts. To begin with, we have Miatta Dakina. She started dancing at the age of 9 years old. She attended Belifani Lutheran Mission School. She used to dance with the school's culture troupe. And when she went to Ivory Coast, down on Native to be specific, she also danced with the St. Martin Catholic High School culture troupe. When she came to the United States, her mom was the director for a dance company called Dakina, and she danced with them also. So we tell you welcome today, Miatta, and thanks for being here. Next, we have her mom, Miss Fikpee Flomo. She was born in Belifani and came to Monrovia at the age of 12. And she started her dancing career in 1970 at Tubman High School in Monrovia. With that troupe, she traveled to the United States in 1974. She's also a founding member of Cultural Ambassadors, formerly known as Liberia Jungle Dance Troupe, which was founded in 1975. She also traveled to the United States with that troupe in 1978. She has enjoyed her dancing career and still to this day is a dancer and is a founding member of the Liberian National's Culture Ambassadors in the United States. And she's the current vice president of that association. So Ms. Flomo, we say welcome and thank you for being with us here this evening. I think we may be having, can everyone hear me clearly?
Hear you.
Okay, great. All right, and then last but not least, we also have Ms. Fatu Gayflor. Ms. Gayflor is a Liberian singer that has been nicknamed Princess Fatu Gayflor, the golden voice of Liberia. She has performed at major music venues and festivals throughout the world and has made a number of recordings. She was born in Kakata, Liberia. She is a member of the Loma ethnic group. As a child, she learned the rituals and songs of her people and learned to play the instruments as a member of the Sunday Society. In 1978, at just 12 years old, she joined the Liberian National Cultural Troupe at Kendija. With the LNCT, she learned traditional songs from 16 different ethnic groups across Liberia. She eventually became the group's lead singer and toured throughout the world with the ensemble, notably performing at the 1984 Louisiana World Exposition. Gayflor made her first 2 solo albums in Liberia during the mid-1980s. She left the country for the Ivory Coast in 1989 due to the Civil War. making her third album while residing in a refugee camp. She lived for a time as a refugee in Guinea before emigrating to the United States in the state of Pennsylvania, where she currently resides. She became a fixture at Liberian music events in the Philadelphia area and works with the Philadelphia Folklore Project. She has taught at the Folk Arts Cultural Treasures Charter School, which is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts and the National Endowment for the Arts. So Ms. Gayflor, we say welcome and thank you for being here with us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Dennis, back to you.
All right, we want to once again say welcome, Princess Fatu Gayflor, Ms. Fikpee Flomo, and Ms. Miatta Dakina. We are so glad to have you talking about Liberian culture. You can see all of you started very young. Miatta started at the age of 9, you know. So we want to say welcome. It's very, very important that we talk about our Liberian cultural performing art. And we are so excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming. We still want to welcome our guests from all our viewers that are watching us. And please stay tuned as we talk about our Liberian cultural performing art. It's very, very important. We have 2 generations. We have Miatta and her mom sitting together. Whatever, she picked after her mom. And of course, her mom, Fikpee and Princess Fatu, they are from almost the same generation, but not quite. They told me to be very careful. That's her big sister. That's the one she learned from. So once again, say welcome. Let me start with you, Madam Fikpee Flomo. You know, just tell us how, you know, just few words to start the whole thing. How, you know, how important is this day so that we can discuss our cultural performing art? We can hear you.
Thank you very much for this forum, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Liberian culture is very enriched. I took dancing after my mother, who has been dancing. She's just turned 83 and she's still dancing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
She is still dancing.
And Miatta learned that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I began dancing in 1970. I just loved the dancing. I danced, you know, in the village. Whenever there was the group from our area with the paramount chiefs that my mom used to dance behind, I started dancing. I love the culture, and it has been a part of my life. It's going to be forever.
Great, good to have you. Miatta, you love to dance too, and you learned this from, Miatta, you learned this from mommy.
Yeah, I learned it from my mom, my grandma.
All right, good. And how long you been doing it now?
Who, me?
Yes.
I've been doing it since I was 9. I'm still doing it, and nothing gonna stop me. Yep.
All right. I mean, we're so happy to have you. And when we started the show, the song we were playing, that's the song by Princess Fatu Gayflor. You know, so let me see if we have one more song for Princess. Princess Fatu Gayflor, welcome, and just a few words for our listening audience before we even begin the show.
Yes, I just want to say thanks so much for having us on this program tonight. It's very important for me on this program in a sense that we have lost touch with some of our people, and coming on this program tonight It will bring some of the things we have not spoken about for so long, so that we'll be able to catch up, because the war was so long that we lost in touch. And I'm just happy to be here tonight, to be able to reach to the older audience that we have missed, and a new one that we have developed and they don't know us. So I'm very, very glad to be here tonight. Thanks for having me.
And we really appreciate your time, taking up time from your busy schedule. I know you started in the 70s and all of you are still in show business. That's so amazing.
Yes.
Danielle, back to
Yes.
you.
So Ms. Gayflor, we read your profile earlier, and we know that you started training at Kendajai. Can you tell us a little bit about what Kendajai was like and what that experience was like, training at the Kendajai Cultural Center?
Yes. First of all, my training actually began from a village called Willala in Kakatan, somewhere 45 miles away from the city of Kakatan. And I was spotted by this old lady called Magbese. She was then the dean of culture. 1978, they went to see a program in my village, and that program was just coming to, and they decided to go and recruit young dancers. When they got there that year, they were not able to get dancers, but the lady got very interested in me because I was on the sideline. I wasn't part of the dance group. I was on the sideline dancing. When she saw me, she got interested. She asked the villager who my parents were, and she wanted to talk to them. She wanted to take me to Kendajai. And that's how it all started. So they talked to my parents, my grandma, my grandfather. They all were excited that they were going to take me from the village and take me to Monrovia. But my poor mom wasn't that happy to let me go, because at the time I was 9 going to 10. She wanted me to stay because I was the one helping her, doing everything, for her. I was one of the oldest in her household. So she said, "Oh no, the girl is too small. She can't go." Long matter short, she agreed for them to take me to Kendajai. And when they took me to Kendajai, so when I went to Kendajai, I did not go there as a dancer or a singer. I just went there because this old lady saw me. She was very interested in my attitude. I was very active on the sideline while the girls were dancing. She said, "I'm going to take her and, to stay with me." So when I went to her house in Kendajai, since she was the dame of girls, so I stayed in her house, and every evening I will narrate stories to the girls that were already employed by the government on Kendajai. I would tell them stories, and then I would sing songs to them. So they took the story and the songs and they went to Magbese and told her, Magbese, do you know the girl you brought? She's a singer and she really gave good stories. She narrate good stories. She said, no, I don't know about that. I know that she, was very active. I just brought her to live for me, and maybe eventually I can pour in the truth. But that day came very fast. So when the flood day came that year, 70, 78, 79, they said Fatu should do something. So I was so afraid. I said, "But what am I going to do? I never danced in front of people before." But yes, what they did, they put me on stage and I performed, and everybody was excited. They took me and called the ministers and said, "Well, we got a second Nima bird. We want you to come and see this little girl. She's small, but she can sing." And that's how my blessing started. And they employed me. I started to perform. And once they put me in the dormitory and I had to live with the girls, then I started to experience the life of the dormitory, what it needed to do, how we supposed to live there. And I started to learn their dances that they had there, and I started to learn songs from them. So the experience started to be very interesting from that of what I had in the village. But in the village, I would just stand and sing, and the older folks will put me on their shoulder so that I'll be able to be at that height for people to see who's singing. By this time, I was standing in front of people, and others are in the bike and answering my songs. So that experience was very, very nice, and I started to like it, and today I'm enjoying it.
Wonderful. Ms. Flomo, what about your experience when you were starting to get into cultural dancing? What was your beginning like?
Oh, my beginning was very good. I used to dance a little bit in the village, but not much. But when the people came to Monrovia, like, the big conferences, when all these paramount chiefs bring their dancers, my mom used to dance. And then I saw these people dancing, my mom dancing. I got really interested in dancing because I was really an active child, and which I am still today as a grandmother. And I went to Tottenham High School, and I joined the culture troop like around May, April or May of 1970. And I started dancing. My first practice was on a Tuesday because I performed, during the assembly program that Friday. So the following Tuesday, I went to join, and I practiced just one day. And the University of Liberia was having something, and they had, people from different schools in Monrovia performing, and I was the only one that performed at that program from Tottenham High School with the drummers. And I really enjoy it, and it's been a history since then.
And Miatta, what about you? How did you get started?
Growing up in Monrovia, when my mom left, my grandmother came for me, and then we went to Bedford. And when my mom left for the States, my grandmother came for me, went to Bedford, and knowing me, I can't be still. I say, like, I just like to be intense, like looking a good. So, so when we went to Bedford, and every time, back home, the people got a program, like when the and everything, they were when the people surrounded, just having fun. So I would just squeeze myself in that crowd, and I just start dancing. So I just started dancing. I would just dance, and then the people would call my grandma. They said, "This little girl, they got like dancing video." She said, "I heard that she can't be still." So and then I just love dancing, and I just love to, and I sing too. So I like it so much. So every time, and I started attending Better Funded Lutheran Mission, the school. So we had our little culture troop there. I joined the culture troop, and I used to dance, and I was one of the lead dancers. And then we left. When the war came, we went to the Ivory Coast in Danale. And then I used to attend one Catholic school, Simartin. So Simartin, they had a culture, they had a dance company there too. So I joined there, and then I started dancing. I was director, Nancy Quia. Yeah, she lived in Philadelphia. Hey, Auntie Nancy. So and that's my mom, one of her friend, little sister there. So when she seen me, she said, "You look like somebody your mom Fikpee and your preso Jimanko." So and then I just like dancing. And then when I came to the States, my mom used to direct a dance company called Dakina, and I started dancing with it. And since then, I just love dancing. Like nothing can stop me. When I hear music is just, I love it.
Okay. And so, Miss Flomo, where are some places that you have had the opportunity to perform?
For me,
Yes.
Well, in 1974, my first time coming to the United States, we came to San Francisco. As you may not be aware that the MCSS schools in Monrovia was funded from the grant that came from San Francisco State in San Francisco
Wow.
County. So we were able to come here and perform in San Francisco, went to Chicago, we stayed at Louis University campus. From there, we went back to Liberia. And in 1978, we performed for the late William Aratoba for his birthday, and which was my first time seeing Princess Fatu performing, and I love her music. And that's how we were able to get our name changed from Liberian Jungle Dance Troupe to Culture Ambassadors. And Toba said that we are the true ambassadors of Liberia.
Oh, wow.
After that, it was
And Danielle, before you continue, I just want to show you a clip of mama and daughter dancing at an event.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Yeah. If I can lay my hand on it.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to find it very soon.
Yeah, and I've been.
Continue, Danielle. I'm going to find it and then play it.
Okay. Ms. Gayflor, can you tell us who some of your influences were? Who are some of your colleagues that you really admire, or who you would like for those of us to be aware of and maybe follow?
Well, when I was growing up, once they took me to Kenya as a singer, I really used to admire her name, Marian Makiba from South Africa. Her singing was so beautiful. Her voice was so beautiful. I just wanted to be like her. The first time I saw her, it was in a late 70s. I'm not giving me 70 now, or late 1980. They brought her to Liberia. And once she saw me to Kenya too, she talked to me and said, well, this girl would be a real good singer. You should put more time in. And I have seen Miatta family perform in Liberia. Howard Decimo, all of those singers, you know, they really did a good job for us. When they started, they paved the road. And those are people we count on today as our role models. Talking about Nimabra from Kenya. Beastie was one of the guys that really put me into recording. The song called Market Day that we can't find today all over Liberia. He wrote that song for me. And he's great. He still live. But Marian Makiba, you know, she passed away, but she was one of my number one role model. And, you know, those are people I look up to. When it comes to dancing, we have so many people I look up to. But for the singing, I admire Miatta, Hawa, Nimabra, who I was her background singer in Kenya for a while before I became the lead singer. Those are people, and they are still around.
So you sing and you dance?
Yes, I do both.
Who taught you?
For the dancing, I learned that at Kenya. I learned that in Kenya from our dance teacher, the late Zumana Fofana. He used to be in the Malawala group. He died a couple of years ago. He was the director of our culture troupe in Kenya. So we learned how to dance from him, a couple of people on the campus.
Okay, I found a clip now with mommy and daughter dancing. I want to play that.
Please do. Oh.
All right.
Awesome.
That's some awesome dancing.
Yes, yes.
Ms. Flomo, who can you say are some of your influences? Who influenced you? Who are some people that you think Liberians should know about and should follow?
My mother would be my influence when it came to dancing, because I saw her dancing and I really loved what she did. But I was in school, I did not want to just stay in the village because I tried to go to school and she made sure to send me to school because she was not able to go to school. But in Tottenham High School, people like Ken Billier, who was the president for the Tottenham High Culture Troupe, those are the people that I saw, even though he was a drummer at the time. And but the person that I really gave my credit to for the exposure would be Jala Kamara, Jala Keke Kamara, who was director for culture at the Culture Bureau. He is the one that really made us to move, because when he saw us perform at a program, he said, I'm going to take this group and make it second to none. And which he did. I really, really appreciate what he did for us.
And where is he today?
Oh, he's deceased. He died in 2012.
Okay.
At his homegoing program we had in New Jersey, in Newark, that's when we started to form the Liberian Culture Ambassadors in the United States.
But is that group still functioning back home, or in general, how is this same cultural performance back home?
I don't know much about the culture performances back home, because what I hear from people is that everyone is doing his or her own thing. There is not a focus on any real culture troupe like the way Kenya was, or culture ambassadors, or the different groups that were in Monrovia before we had to come to leave Liberia to go to different places. Like I'm in the United States today because I came in 1985. We thought it wise to form this group because I used to direct the dance company in Oakland called Dakina, which was founded by Mimle Napla, myself, Yasa Goba, Sauda, Washington, and a few others like women who is now married. But the group broke down anyway due to so many. But I still dance and I love my dancing. Yeah, that's my mom.
So same question for you, Princess Fatu. How is this a whole cultural thing back home now? And what is your connection?
Well, first of all, when Madame Salif took over, she practically closed Hineja and sold the land to Johnson, and that scattered everyone that was living on our campus in the street. So they don't have the foundation we had before. They don't have that foundation anymore. Everybody is scattered everywhere. Everybody doing their own thing, like Sis Fikpee said. It's not easy to really have a group now to say this group rehearsing here. You can take them and be proud of to say, let's go and have a show. Why that was going on during just recent time, I spoke to Kekula Kamara. He's one of the strong culture person in Liberia. He's right now the president of the culture union, according to what I heard. And I asked him the same question. I asked him, what are they doing? And he told me right now it's very hard to have all of these people together to have a stable group because everyone that had little culture troop here and there, they are just in the street now dancing to get money to take care of themselves. And that is losing actually the value of our culture. People are all over the street, even the gear devil and all of those devil that were respectful they put out when it is time for importing programs. They are all in the street now. You see them any hour of the day, performing at the street corner and doing stuff, which is really, really wrong. But with the situation in Liberia, everybody struggling on their own, can't get food, don't have job. So people take their culture now into the street, and that can diminish the value. To me, I haven't been there, but I just believe it brought the value down, and we need to work and pray about it so that we can have that stabilized again, so we can have respect for the culture like it was many years ago. Because even though Madame Sally sold the place and all of that, and they never gave a resettlement for the people to say, yeah, we took you from one place, we taking you to another place. They never did. So everybody's scattered. So everybody that doing culture, they are on their own, and we pray that there will be a government that will come in place. They will look at the culture. They will think about the value that the culture plays on the country. They will be able to build another place for the culture to be there instead of being in the street everywhere.
And
if you're just joining us, this is Focus on Liberia. We are talking with Princess Fatu Gayflor. She's connected with us from Philadelphia. We also have Madame Fikpee Annie Flomo and her daughter Miatta Dakina, all the way from Oakland, California. Back to you, Danielle.
Yes, and just to give a little bit more information about what Ms. Gayflor was speaking on, Kendaja is now a hotel, or that area was given to, as Ms. Gayflor said, Robert Lee Johnson, also known as Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson is the founder of BET, the television network here in the US. And he went to Liberia, and with this land, he opened a hotel named RLJ Kendajai Hotel. So that is where Kendajai used to be.
Yes.
Okay. And Miatta, I have a question for you. So being around these great influences and all this wealth of cultural knowledge, who can you say in the Liberian music industry today is really following that route of the traditional cultural music? Who are some, I guess, younger people that we can follow? I'm sorry?
For the young generation right now?
Yes, who can you say currently is going that route of the traditional cultural music?
I'll say Miss Manan. Yeah, Miss Manan, she's very like Miss Manan, she's a Liberian
right.
she's very like when it comes to our culture, she sticks to our culture. That's one thing I admire about her. Everything she just want to bring our culture. She loves what she does. So that's one person I would say she's my number one when it comes to. I see her as Fatu.
Okay.
That's what I say. And she's one of that she's watching. That's what I see, and I tell her all the time. I say that's our generation. That's Fatu right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's Manan.
You just hit it on the hammer. I saw her last night. You are right. Yeah. So right.
All right, Miss Manan, if you are watching us, and I see you are watching, welcome, and we like that kudos. And I like Zomo, you know, because Zomo the way it's played is like even if you can dance, say just do it anyhow, anywhere.
Yes.
I like Tumo.
We already have some questions coming up on Facebook. So Danielle, if you after your next question, I can read some of those questions.
Okay, I have another question for Ms. Gayflor. Can you tell us about the different styles of Liberian music and dance? What maybe are some of the differences across the ethnic groups? Like what did you learn and can pass on about our different groups and styles of dance and song?
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for that question. One thing I would like to tell the Liberian youth today is that Liberian dances are flow based. We are the only country so far I know in West Africa that stick to the flow. We dance with our feet, we stay on the flow. Our dance is different from the Guinean. The Guinean dance in the air. They are how you call the other people? The Malian, the Senegalese, they dance up in the air. All the Liberian, we got 16 tribes. All of those tribes, none of us dancing in the air. We all on the ground. So this is what really getting to me now, that Liberians in Liberia today, since the war finished, they are incorporating dances that are not part of the Liberian folk dance, and they are changing the Liberian folk dances. They are adding so much, it's just changing. If you see people dancing Pele dance, like Sis Fikpee and her daughter were just doing, Pele dance is bound to be on the floor. You move your body is rested, the feet moving, but it is not in the air. Now you see people adding little bit of Madingo dance with it, little bit of they are just confusing everything. And I hope, as I said, one day we can have the opportunity again to have a culture center or a place where we can go and bring the original and keep it for our children. Now, coming to Liberian folk songs, Liberian folk songs are very beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We do call and answer. Call and answer a folk song. And I think the Ivorian, the Sierra Leonean, the Guinean, they do call and answer. And Guinea got a little different into their traditional songs for the singing because the jelly sings different. They don't do call and answer. But we in Liberia, the folk song is definitely call and answer. I throw the song out, you answer to me until the end. And our folk song, the beauty of it is, if you go in the interior, folk song will start with a bass. Got a bass topic. Maybe they want to talk about the beautiful tree, but while they're singing that song in our village, there are other people who adding and coloring that song. So it doesn't have one flavor that is pinned to it to say, this is the song and this is how it remains. No. So that's what I love about the Liberian folk song and the Liberian dances. Our dances are ground based. We don't dance in the air, we dance on the floor. It's so beautiful. All 16 tribes. And the songs, we have a bass and it comes into different colors. That is so beautiful. And that is why I'm praying that one day we can have people, a government that will pay attention to the culture and bring it back that we have it, that we had it in the 70s and the 80s.
Speaking to that, this question is for any of you who know the answer. I believe there is a cultural ambassador, Julie Endy. I'm not sure exactly, but can any of you comment on that and what you understand that position is supposed to do?
Yes. Sis Fikpee, you want to answer? I don't want to. Sis Fikpee, you want to, or because I would love to talk about it. If you want to answer, I can talk more. That would be great.
Uh-oh, I think we lost them.
Go ahead, Princess.
Okay, I will go ahead. Judy Endy, when she was appointed by child state or government, whatever, and I was expecting that Judy Endy would have, I was expecting her to take all of the culture under her wing and treat them like it's supposed to be for a mother treating her children. But I seen and I heard, and I hope one day that I will travel and I will see Judy because she's my friend. And I spoke to her. She wanted me to go to Liberia. I couldn't go at the time. And I would love to meet her because I see Judy, she is the mother of culture. The name is given as ambassador, but the ambassador position is like you are the mom of all culture. But I see that Judy has gotten her own private culture through that she focuses on, then the whole group, then the whole country. She's supposed to be focused on the whole cultural, the whole thing in Liberia. That should be her focus, not focusing on one side or any portion of the culture through. It's supposed to be something that she caters to it. She's supposed to be catering to all and say, especially when there's program, she makes selection and say, look, this program, it worth only sending the national troop, or it worth only sending culture ambassador, or it worth sending a combined group from the different groups that are named to go represent us today because of the nature of that group or of that performance. But I see most of the time it's her and her group performing herself. And it's not bad to showcase, but if you become the mom, you have to step back and give the opportunity to the rest of the people that you are directing to be able to do their work because you already the mom. The name is there. Nobody's going to take that. But I have not seen that happen. And I hope she hearing me or she can come on or see somebody and see what is going on today so they can change some things around. There are a lot of cries in her name, and I will hope she can change it because she's a good person. So I need, those things to be addressed. She's the mom of all cultures, so she should work according to how it should be.
Have she reached out to you, being a Princess Fatu Gayflor, to say, hey, this is the job I got, how can we work together?
No, she hasn't reached to me in her direction, but I spoke to her because she wanted me to go for her to honor me, and I told her I couldn't make it at the time. And I invited her for my CD launching in 2013. She was supposed to come, but I didn't see her. Maybe she had different programs to attend. It is not, no, she didn't reach to me in that sense. But I'm not even talking about reaching to me to that sense. I want everybody who had taken upon themselves to say, I love my Liberian culture. The culture is not just for one group of people. This is our way of living. But we got people like us who wants to continue to show our way of living to our children, to our families, through the word. So if you become the mother of that group, you have to let everybody suck your titty at the same time, because you are become the twin, mother. You can't lay it on your side. It has to be on your back so everybody can have piece of that and make it work.
Yeah, you got it right.
So that's all I have to say. And I'll be happy if she's on the phone. She can call me. I'll be very happy. Because she, like I said, she's a good person, but she need to work on that. There are a lot of cries. She need to work on that.
Miatta or Ms. Flomo, do you have any other comments on that? The culture ambassador position?
Well, we as culture ambassador members, what we are trying to do is that we want to find a way that we can have the group that is home, because they have a segment of our culture ambassadors still practicing here and there, like we used to do, toting our drums from one school to another to practice, but the enthusiasm is not there because there's no support. But what we are trying to do is for us to be able to raise funds out here and pay for rehearsal space for culture ambassador members. Those who want to be part of the culture, it's not just culture ambassadors. I'm sitting here, it hurts me a whole lot to see a country that is very rich in everything, to see it so poor. It hurts very much. We have so many members in this country who have benefited from the culture society in Liberia that have traveled. We should be able to get together, to help do something back home. And we are trying to see if we can have the government reopen the institution of culture business in Liberia, because other countries are doing it. We have resources. We are very rich in Liberia in culture and everything. Be a fool, but people don't want to do. The government, I don't know what's going on. Nobody has the interest in Liberian culture. The leaders don't have the enthusiasm. I remember when OAU came to Liberia, Fatu can attest to that. We met at Roberts Field every morning, welcoming guests. We come back to the city and we perform at night. We did all of these things, but the government was in support of what we were doing.
Yeah.
So what is going on that every government that has followed after Tubman, people are not doing the same thing? I would really appreciate if the leaders of Liberia would take it to tax.
Okay.
Able to teach other people, like I have done in this country. I ran culture, I ran the Dakina dance company. After the director left, I was assistant director. I assumed the responsibility for 15 years and ran that group and was able to send for 5 people from Liberia to come here to perform with us. We perform at weddings. We even perform for a lady that got married to a Nigerian who was working for the mayor's office in San Francisco, and we danced with the mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown. Yep. We've done a lot. We have performed. I have performed with this group in prisons in this country. Yep. If you can take your dance company and perform in the prison, you have done something, because you show there's another way of life than being criminal.
Yeah. Wonderful. Dennis, can you give us the questions from Facebook, please?
First of all, Miss Meme says, Fatu Gayflor, you've been my role model and inspiration. Hearing your story now about how you got started gives me the chill. And I got some of those skills too, Princess Fatu. Samuel Ngovo has a question for all of you. I think we kind of dealt with it a little bit. He said, what is the current status of the culture of the Kenneja Cultural Center? How you see the possible post-war revival of the Liberian cultural activities, and thanks for your contribution in this area of Liberian society. So about how do you think we can revive the same era you live in? We can revive the Liberian cultural performance art.
Well, as Fikpee said, we are doing our part to get together here to raise money and do what we can do for the people home. But we can't do it all because we don't have the money like that. But the government can do it. The same way Totman built Kenneja and Ellen Johnson came and saw it, they would have taken that money and opened another one. But because they really don't care for the Liberian culture, it doesn't mean, it hurts a lot. This woman saw Kenneja, and then the following year, she has the same people that she drove out of that place at night, have the guts to call them to go perform and to welcome President Bush. I called my friend and said, what's going on with y'all? She drove here at night. They gave her chicken chain and took her out. Why are you guys going to welcome this man? These people don't want this thing. That's why they close it. So let it do their own thing to welcome their guests and come in the country. The guests say, oh, they had time. Some people just decided to go do it. So this is what's going on in the country. People are trying hard. Some of them are trying to keep their pride, but because they don't have job, they don't have anything to do to sustain themselves, they go right back in the same dirty hole and drink water from it. And that's very sad. Very, very sad what the people are doing. Because the Liberian culture is not just about dancing. This is our way of living. This is our life. Okay? I see all the time, she saw it, we saw it clear, because the whole regime for Madame Sally, she dressed like a Nigerian person until she left from power. That's not the Liberian way of doing this. So yeah, the people don't want our culture. Most Liberians are afraid of their own culture, afraid of that. If you are afraid of your own culture, you don't want people to know who you are. The people you pretending to be them, they don't even understand what you're saying. So who are you? Who are you? Who are you? If you don't want to be Liberian, you don't want to be seen as Liberian. You want to pretend to be European. You want to pretend to be American. You want to pretend to be Nigerian. The Nigerian don't even understand you. Those you pretend they don't understand you. So where are you? In the middle, you got nothing. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. I'm 55 in July, but I love dancing. Let's just see what said. We love it. And it's not because we're making money out of it, people. We just love it, and we want to continue to grace Liberia name outside. There's so much negativities in this country. We go to places like, let me just give you something small to this guy who asked a question. We are trying our best here. I form a group called the Liberian Women Chorus for Change on Abuse. We live in Philadelphia. One of our members just passed, Toke Toma. We took that group, we have sponsorship, and our group performed everywhere to be a site to help Liberians that have problems in their homes, that were divorcing, that were making our children to leave their home and go in the street. It helps a lot because we show them another way that they could solve their problem instead of divorcing. We interacted with a group called Women Against Abuse in Philadelphia. They gave us seminar, we learned, and we came by things that we learned from them. We never knew those things were abuses. We taught our women, we went to churches, we spoke to them, giving them the leeway that you can speak to people who will help you to solve your problem. We're doing all of that. And we're doing it not just speaking, we're singing, dancing, and then talk to the people after performing. That's what we've been doing. We are all, we would have said, hey, we in America, we can do 1, 2, 1, 2 to make money. We don't care no more for culture. But what are we doing to ourselves? That means we deny being a good Liberian. That's what
Miatta, yeah, go ahead, Miatta, because you are the next generation.
I just wanted to just what my mom was saying earlier. My mom is so, I see her, she's so passionate. Like this woman, me and my little sister, she got 2 kids. She got many kids, but I know me and my little sister. So she's so passionate about this dancing thing and just to help people, like the culture. It's not even just about her own kids. But 2000, my mom brought 5 people in this country. With her own money. I said 5. I didn't 5. That's how much she's passionate. People were calling her, people were telling her, do not bring anybody in this country because when they come, they're not gonna go back. Even me, I got mad. I'm not gonna lie, because I keep it real. I told my mom no. My uncle told her no, but that's how much she loved the culture. That's how much she loved the culture. She brought 5 people out of her own money, whatever she worked for. And I said that money was for me and my sister, but she took it. She brought 5 people in this country. Those people came. We did what? Panafest. We used to do Panafest. When we used to perform, I'm telling you, they love it. The people in California, like Oakland, they love it. Even kids, they tell me these days, oh, why y'all stop dancing? And when those people came, they stayed with us in our place, in our house. They stayed with us. But that's how much ungrateful a lot of our people are. And most people don't want to do anything because for me, I got mad. I said, they are ungrateful. Because my mom brought them in this country with her own money, nobody helped. And I want to say this. Nobody, she took it out of her pocket, brought those people. But when those people came, whether they were supposed to go back, or when people come, they don't go back. If you want to stay, fine. But at least be grateful to somebody that took their own hard-earned money and brought you in this country. Because the government need help. The government need help my mom. She got her name in an embassy that she brought people here. You hear me? Those people came, we did it and everything. But to this day, I'm still waiting for somebody to appreciate my mom. I'm still waiting. Maybe God, because God is good and he's blessing us, but I'm just waiting. Because when somebody go out of their way to do something for you, nobody's saying you should lie down so the person will walk, but just be grateful. Those people came since 2000. Since 2000. But I guess it is what it is. Like the people can say we Liberians, but not everybody is seen, but I'm just saying it hurts so much to the point that I just give up. I say, you know what? The culture thing, and that's the reason why I still do my culture thing, but I switch it because I'm a jack of all trades. I sing, I dance. So I started dancing like the different Ivorian dance, the sukus, just different thing. And I still dance my culture thing, but then I do like the other dancing professionally. Like I used to travel dance. I got on stage with Awilo. All those Nigerian people when they come, even Fatu, when Fatu came, I was just so amazed. I got a picture of me and her. I told people, so that's just what I'm trying to say. Our people, they will discourage people. A lot of people want to help. But when people help, people don't turn around and look back and say, thank you. That's the
Right.
problem. That's the
So,
problem.
so Miatta, how do you think we can revive the Liberian cultural performing arts like it was in the days of Princess Fatu or your mom? What can we do?
I say if people are willing to learn, because everybody think they know everything. Everybody think they know everything. Even they don't even count. They don't even count our parents. Like the new generation now, we think we know everything. We're not even willing to learn from these people. Like when I went to Runway Liberia, that does fashion. Jana Maurice Kennedy, I went there. When I went to her, I saw Big Steve. I was just so amazed. And when I see them, because we are like, I say my mom is a celebrity, just by or whatever. We are celebrity kids. Like, so when I see, because all those people, when they see me, they might not know me, but I remember them. So when I see them, I give them the honor. Either I bow down to them, you know, because that's our culture too. Yeah. Bowing down, you know, you bow down because my grandmother, they won't taught me. Tough cookie. My grandma, you're not gonna something she would. Something. So when I see that, I just embrace it and I recognize it. And that's the reason why I'm on Facebook. Most of these people, they don't know me, but I introduce myself to them. When I call my mom name, I call my stepdad name, Jima God, you know, everybody. Uncle Kekla, my late grandpa, Jala Keke Kamara, those are all these people, come on, all of them. I know, there's a lady that saw me even on Facebook. When she saw me talking, she told her daughter, she said, that girl are talking over there. I know her, she resembles somebody. They called me online and her daughter and Annie, what's her last name? Ellen. That's the one I told you earlier that her little sister used to be the directress for the culture in the Ivory Coast when we were in the Ivory Coast. So I'm just saying, let's just respect they are our legend. Yeah. Right now, people might think that they're not doing nothing, but when we see them, let's just honor them. The new generation, that's the only way our culture is going to revive. If not, it's going to be broken. Yes?
Yeah.
Beatrice Sapi Johnson said, a dance for the cultural ambassadors from 1979 to 1982. I was 50 years old at that time. You got some of your colleagues watching you.
Yeah, I've been seeing her.
Right.
And so Focus on Liberia here. This is a learning platform, and you know, as you guys have mentioned already, we are losing some of our culture. So I want to make sure that we get some more gems from you guys before you leave today. And so Ms. Gayflor already explained that the Liberian style of dance is very close to the floor, which is different from the other West African countries where there may be jumping and a lot of dancing in the air. Can you tell us about the Gio Devil? You mentioned that earlier, Ms. Gayflor. What does it signify? And I guess what sort of ceremony should the Gio Devil be present?
Well, when I was growing up, the Gio Devil will come out because that's from Nima, when there is either a chief that died or they're having a special ceremony in a village. They will bring that devil out to do that. The devil not coming out all the time. It came out for specific things that will happen in the village. But when we were at teenager, the Gio Devil now became entertainment. But the entertainment was taken on the stage, not in the street corners. Because once you start to do whatever you got, you start to do it every day in a street corner or in houses, then you lose the value. You lose the value of it, because devil is supposed to be something that children can see all the time. So that when they see it, that excitement becomes fear. That fear becomes something they want to hold onto their mom's lapper. Because they think that this is so different. It's coming from out of the world somewhere, or is some alien coming, like the American people like to call stuff alien. But now, if you have it every day in the street corner on Broad Street and this, hey, even the little kids that are born today, they will just walk to it and pull the grass cat or something that it's wearing. That's not what we want. We want to have that seriousness and that respect when those people used to come out with the devil. We who were even in Kenya, living with the people, we didn't know who these people were. When time for us to play, we just see them dressed, and the women, we so afraid to go close to them because we didn't know who their person was. We didn't know. So we want that value to stay. They should keep those things them private. We know the walking people went crazy and took things that they were not supposed to touch. They went into people's privacy. They took things that they were not supposed to carry out. We know all of that happened. But we can still go back and face things. It's not late. The girl devil is not toy. The women devil is not for men to use. The men devil stay with the men. The women own stay with the women. Plain as that, so that respect can stay there. But it is all over now. People who not even supposed to stand here, they are standing near it and touching the garment of that devil or the Botu or the women devil. So we need to make sure that those things have that value that they had before, and the respect. And the only way we can have it is to keep it private, not to take it in the street.
So which one is the men devil and the women devil? How can you tell the difference?
Because we are, into those things, so we know. The men devil, we see them, we know them, because the men devil are the devil that comes out almost every time for every important occasion. The girl devil, the Jaffe, the Botu, those are things they bring out for celebration. But they got other devils that the men got, you there never will see it. You will hear it, but you will never see it. That I never see, I heard, but I never see that devil. That nobody will ever see it. I don't care what Liberians we're going crazy or what we're doing. I guess they will never reach to that, and that is good. The women devil, especially for the vibe people, the Jaffe, that's every day. People go for celebration. But when you come to something the vibe people call Zoba, Zoba is for women. When the Sunday society is on, those are the pride of the Sunday society. Those are the weight of the Sunday society. And that's supposed to be everywhere. It's not. And it's not supposed to be touched by men. It's not. And I see most of our brothers got it and playing all around America here with it. That's not how it's supposed to be. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. The women devil stay with the women. And let me tell you one thing. The women devil, if you are not, and I will say again, if you are you and play around, those are special things. Seriously.
All right, we have a caller on the line, but before that caller, people are talking about your song, so I want to play one.
Okay.
We have a caller on the line. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Yeah, welcome to Focus on Liberia. Your question or comments for our legends?
Well, first of all, I would just like to let the legend know that this song is very historical, and I think I thank you. But in reference to what my cousin and my legendary auntie on your stage over there is saying, pertaining about respecting our culture, it is fair that our newer generation should understand tradition and learn to separate it from everything else. Excuse me?
Yeah, we're listening.
Yes, I was saying it is fair that our newer generation understands this thing and learn to separate from today's way of doing things.
Yeah.
They are right. We do not have respect anymore for our culture. So this is something that I'm glad that they are able to be on your channel, to be able to express so that we, the new generation, are having children in different parts of the world, should be able to understand our culture, especially that of our dialect and that of the different devils that the lady is talking about. There is no respect. So please, I just want to say thank you for the time, for that's my intake on that.
Thank you.
Bianca, you look good. Bianca, you looking good, and all our legends look good.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. That's some good. Princess Fatu, you sing in so many languages, and Mile Vai, and I understand you are not even from the Vai ethnic group, and you should be singing like 16 different ethnic groups. Talk to me about those different ethnic groups that you sing, or languages that you sing in, and how you learn all those.
Well, the 16 ethnic group in Liberia, they were all present in Kenya. They put try to bring each of the group in Kenya. So we learn from each other. And within the 16 that we are in Kenya, I learned how to speak the Gill when I was growing up. I do a little bit of it, not too good. But yeah, you can't stay by me and gossip. I will understand. But I do the Gill, I do the Va, the Pele. Now I added Madingo when I was a refugee in Abidjan. So I added Madingo. So those are the four I can actually speak, and I can sing song in it without somebody teaching me any of the words. But the rest of them we learn. I was actually, when I was growing up, I was very fast in learning the traditional song. I was very fast. So doing the OAU, I did most of the singing because I was very fast in learning. I learned the crew, everything else. I was very fast in learning when they brought songs in those. So, but for now, I'm getting lazy, listening and learning fast from people, maybe because of the old age, everything started to go slow. But I used to be very, very fast in learning the dialect. So I speak four of those, and those are the ones I sing in all the time. The Gyo, the Loma. No, the Loma, I don't speak Loma, but I learn. And that's my original tribe. And I don't understand it. But I learn songs in them from my friends, and I sing songs in them. So, but I speak the Vai, the Pere, the Gyo, and the Madingo now.
There's a question here for you about your song Duyan. But what I wanted to do is the one that I play, what does it mean? Because when I was a child, someone told me the meaning. What does that mean? And then Mesco want to know about your song that he loves so much called Duyan.
Okay. I will quickly talk about Imekio Akuna. Imekio Akuna is a song I learned on Kennedy Camper from one of our Sasa player. It's saying, if you are sleeping, wake up. It's a song that the farmers used to sing to go on the farm. But what I did, once they gave me the song, I added my own words in them. You remember a few minutes back, I told you about the Liberian traditional song. It has a bass, but you can color it whatever way you want to color it. That's what I love about the Liberian folk songs. So they give me if you are sleeping, wake up, and I put in there that my mom is gone, my daddy is gone, I got nobody, I got my mama, depending on the wish cry will kill your child, they will forget sooner than you, the mom, will never forget. all of those things here and there, I added it to make the color of, Imekio acronym. Now, coming to Dunya. Dunya is Madingo, son that day for. You heard this Fikpee a few meetings back, she talked about Jara Keke Kamara. Mr. Kamara was the director of culture at the time we all were, in Kenya. And he was the director general directive for the founder of, or maybe founder of culture ambassador. So he took on the power as director, and he was directly with the National Culture Troop, listening to us and doing whatever he could do. And at last, I became Mr. Kamara's second wife in Liberia. So the son Duya means the world we live in today, I dedicated the song to him just before he passed anyway. I said, the world we live in today is full of all kinds of crazy things. But never mind, do not listen to all the craziness in the world and forget about those that really help you. And I was just reflecting the money, the time, everything that he put behind my career as a lead singer from Kenya, becoming today a solo singer in the world. He did all. He spent his own money to promote me, to do everything. So I was just trying to give him his flower before it was too late. But the flower never got to him. And it was late, actually. It was late. So Dunya is saying so many things that are saying is colorful. Mr. Kamara, you did this, you did that. Thank you so much. If I were rich today, you living, I will give you all my riches. Those are things I'm saying in the song. And I'm saying to people, God created the earth and he put things in it that are stay in it. But we human beings are the one that changing, not what God put on earth for us. We are the one changing.
Madam Fikpee, you've been in America for so long now. What still keep you connected to the Liberian culture? And what still keep you going? You're still dancing. I watched your clip and I couldn't even distinguish between the mom and the daughter.
Here we go.
What keeps me going are the songs. Everything I learned being a culture troop member, all the songs, I don't speak any other dialect in Liberia besides Pele, but I can sing in so many dialects because we have the different ethnic groups being represented in the culture troops. So I just been singing, even if I get sad, I sing to bring myself up. If there are tough times, I'm singing to just remember the good days. And like Fatu was saying, she's going to be 55. I'm already 64.
There we go. That's what I said.
Since January 15, I turned 64.
Oh
but
my God.
Children and I will still be going to the club.
Yes. Yes.
But I just love the culture because the enthusiasm comes actually from my mother. When my mother was here with me, my brother would take her to the club just for her to have fun.
Now
She would dance. But whenever I took my mom to a party, I'll dance. People say, the old man can dance better than you. They would be throwing money at her on stage at the party. And I just take my enthusiasm and everything from my mom, the will to live. That's what I got from my grandmother and my mother. And that's what my daughter has. But I think the dancing is going to stop at her because the rest of the people, But I'm hoping the new ones, one of them will learn how to dance. But I love my culture. There's nothing, because even some friends of mine have told me, your daughter is dancing now. Why can't you retire? I said, that's my passion. It's something that I just value. I don't know how to stop.
Please don't stop. And let me play you one clip from Princess Fatu. You were talking about the different dances. Let me show you Kima and see what you think about it and describe it for us.
Yes.
1 second, I'm breaking it.
Okay, all right, I can see it.
Well, while you're finding that, Dennis, so here in the U.S. and even in European culture, when you talk about dance, they have a name almost for every step, whether it's ballet and you're talking about plie and tendu, or in the hip hop culture, you know, whether it's the nene or the dougie. In Liberian culture, do we have names for each step or for at least for the dances? Are there names for these things? That's for any of you who knows the answer.
Well, I think we just maybe there is, but we name our for our generation, we name our dances by tribal group. The Pele dance, the Dio dance, the dance that we name it. But if you go deeper into maybe our parents and talk to them, they might tell you this particular dance is une when somebody give birth to a baby. We would do the kind of dance or something like that. But we do name the dances from Liberia according to tribe, you know, according to the tribe. Right, sis Fikpee?
I just few dances like, you know, when you're performing, you have animal, you know, the kind of things that animal do.
Okay.
Sometimes the dances will portray those things, but we basically, like Fatu said, the dances are named after the tribes.
Okay. So have we kind of lost like the stories that go behind the dance, whether it's for the birth of a child or a wedding or war dance? Have we lost that information?
No, I don't think we lost the information. It's just that people are not implementing it right now, like I said, because of their situation that they're in. I don't think we lost it because we still got our people who we learn from. Some of them are still living, they still got our belief. We have not lost it. We still got it. But because of people what are into the eyes of the public, where they go to perform, they're looking for things that the people will buy, that people will see and say, oh yeah, we're going to call a group because they came yesterday, the way they dance, we're going to call them by. So because of those things are changing, but we still got, you know, we still got it. We didn't lose them. We got them. People are just ailing because of the market, because of what they want to do.
Yeah.
Even with the singing, it's the same thing. You see all the young Liberian artists, then none of them want to go into the tradition. They are all doing, and you know, I'm sorry to say, your children, you're all, we love you, we everything. But if you're going to say you're going to sing song, to sing Siri, and the white man not understanding you, and who you running away from not understanding you, then who you doing this song for? Seriously. So let's stick to what we know best.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me play you that performance.
One minute, Dennis. I think Ms. Flomo has something to add.
With the new generation, they are getting some of them are getting there. It's like, you know, now you can hear a lot of people listening to Liberian music, African music, which never used to happen, because when you go to a party, you try to play African music, people say, oh, that is old people thing. But history is build on the past. Yep. You have to learn something from the past in order for you to continue what you want to do. And I would love to really, really beg the Liberian parents. I know you want to send your kids to do ballet, you want to send your kids to do hip hop and everything else you want them to do because you're spending your money. But we really are asking the support of the Liberians within this country to help us to build the culture repertoire. Because people say, oh, my child gotta go to ballet practice. Yeah, that would make, but it's not gonna also make your child to know because you're not teaching your child actually the Liberian culture. And people say, oh, the people, children are born in this country. You can't do this, you can't do that. A lot of the Chinese people, their children speak Chinese. They still go to school and speak English. The Hispanic people, their children learn how to speak Spanish. So why is it that we Liberians can't even teach if the two parents speak the same dialect? Why are we not teaching our children how to speak? Because you want to take your child to the market or to the store, and when they're misbehaving, you talk to them in your dialect for them to hear. Don't do it. You don't always have to speak the English.
Mm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
that's very important.
I know, Dennis, I know you want to play that clip.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add a little bit to what Sis Fikpee said. She talked about now Liberians are interested in playing Liberian music to clubs and things. It's just what I just said. Because of the market, the children are changing from the original playing of Liberian music or Liberian song or Liberian dance into what the market wants them to do. And we are not telling our young singers and dancers that we are, telling them that they are doing horrible, horrible thing. No, we are just telling them, like she said, no matter what you do, just remember that you're picking up from history and bring for the future. Try to keep something in your rhythm that people, when they listen to your song, they will know is from Liberia. The thing people say, why are you always talking about Liberia, Liberia? Yeah, I'm from Liberia and I'm proud of Liberia. I want for people to know that I'm a Liberian every time they see me or every time they hear my song. So when I go to studio, I tell people, look, you want to do whatever with my music, just make sure keep the Liberian rhythm so when they hear me, they know that Fatu singing. So that's all we want our young generation to remember. If we want to keep this country going in a positive way, we need to keep that in our mind. Even if we're doing little hip hop, you see the Nigerian, they got all their music they're playing, but they still got a heavy Nigerian drum on it. On all their songs, you will hear that heavy drum in the background because that's their key from their country. That's the simple from their country. So we have something, our palm wine sound from the guitar Murray daughter them play before. We have that. So we should always keep it in the background so people will know where our songs coming from and who we are.
So for each one of you, what is it that you are currently working on? I know Princess Fatu, I saw that even last or yesterday you were performing. So what are some of the projects you are currently working on? And Fikpee and even Miatta, what are you working on now currently?
Well, let me quickly say this. This is my second year. I am teaching Liberian children in Lower Bucks County. The Liberian Association in Lower Bucks County in Pennsylvania, their group, the parents from that group had turned their children over to me. I go teach the children the Liberian folk dances and other things, you know, pertaining to Liberia. We want them to know about our flag. We want them to know about our independence. So we teaching them all of that. We started, this is the second year. And I also just created a group called CAP, which is Concerned Artist Project. Concerned Artist Project, the idea came when Liberians that we know that used to really pay attention to Liberian music are taking a step by. They're not interested too much. They're asking for other Liberian, other country music. So I decided that look, we need to do something. We need to get a group together so that we can support ourselves and be able to show to the Liberians that it's okay to listen to any other music you want to, but it's also good to keep your base going, which is your own country. Keep that song and keep the artists in mind. Don't forget about them because they are doing so much to keep, the Liberian culture. And within our group, we open it up to immigrant women from all over to be able to keep our children in the right track because children are going to jail every day in this place. We want to have children come from school looking up to something that they can do to be able to leave the street and know and learn and also get out of trouble. So the Concerned Women Project is a project that just started, just 1 year old. And we going to be having place for it in Philadelphia sooner or later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Miatta or Madam Fikpee?
For me, it's been several years since I decided to leave the culture through country, and it broke down because I was really brokenhearted when what my daughter was saying happened. And a lot of people within this area have been behind me for us to start a new group, but I want to start a new group. I won't lie because that's my passion, but I want to do it strictly with kids. And I love discipline. That's my main thing. I love it because when we are talking, saying that, kids are this and that, it starts from the base, from little. You can't wait for your child to be 8, 10, 12 for you to start telling them, oh, you're not supposed to do this. It starts from your, from the back, from the ground. And I want to have kids to teach so they can grow up knowing the Liberian way of living, even though people say, oh, that old idea and this and that, but we got to continue. Because no matter how long we stay in this country, we are still known as Liberian.
They said no longer how a stick stay in the water, it can turn to a fish.
Take the bucket to the creek and scrub the on
Oh
the
my God.
when get better and stay black. When chicken white, that's it.
Miatta, what are you up to?
Like I said earlier, I used to travel dancing and performing and stuff like that. But I kind of slowed down when my daughter, was in college and she finished. She said, "Mom, go back." But right now, what I'm doing, I'm just working, and most of the time, like on Facebook and stuff like that, like a couple of the artists, I work with them in the back. Now I like to be in the back working. When it comes to time for me to come out, then I come out and stuff. So right now I'm not doing really anything. I'm just working, but I work with a couple of people in the back. Yeah, behind the scene.
Yeah, I see that you promote a lot, and that's beautiful. Princess Fatu, there's a question here for you from Dave Jai. I'm excited about the Bucks County Children Project. Is it open to kids from Philadelphia as well? Northeast and Central Philly?
Yes, it is open. The only thing we ask parents is to drop their kids to us when we're ready for rehearsal. because I don't want to be the chicken with our hair running all over, going pick up, children. So as long as you can bring your children, yeah, it's open, not just to the Liberian Association members. No, it's open. It is.
All right, our time is we're winding down soon, but we have on the line. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Abraham Johnson, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Abraham, welcome to Focus on Liberia, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Your question or comments?
Actually, I don't have a question. I just wanted to let I know time is of the essence, but I'm the son of Henry B. Johnson, and this is my auntie, Auntie Fatu. She knows me very well. But I just want to say that they are aware that I just love Montana, and I want to appreciate all of those that came around me, who hands around my family and recognize and sympathize with us. But when it comes to Liberian culture, it's something that I love. It's something that part of me. Everything of me is Liberian culture. I love my culture so dearly. I really appreciate. I just joined. I just got on Facebook and I saw the program go around. I mean, I don't know the root of the discussion, but for the little part that I listened to, I just want to give my one or two cents.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like they live Peter by the Uncle Flomo. They so resident. He said a nation without culture is a dead nation.
Yeah.
You understand? I was one of those artists that represent Liberia. I've been in countries. My female over there, she did her part. She did extremely well in particular. She has made an enormous amount of contribution to the Liberian culture. So there's no way we can just sit and just let it die. We all have to be part of it. You understand? Any Fatu is Asian. I don't mean to be all the way, but any Fatu is Asian. All our older folks are Asian.
Yeah.
It really makes sense for us to put hands around them. We're not doing it for them, but we're doing it for ourselves because our culture is what we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we are focused on Liberia. We thought it was to, recognize that effort and what they have done, their contribution they are making to Liberian art and culture, and we really appreciate their time. Princess Fatu Gayflor will tell you how many times I spoke to her and how really I appreciate, because this is one of the celebrities from nowhere, you just send a message and she's ready to respond. I really appreciate that.
Miatta, you had something you wanted to say before the call?
There was a question on there on my mom and auntie. Because for me, I don't know how long you have to stay as an ambassador. Because Loretta asked the question. She said, "How long can a person stay? To be an ambassador?" So that's my mom and auntie Fatu. Can you answer that? How long do you have to stay? Is it lifetime?
I really don't know much about how these people are getting their, promotions or recognitions and stuff. I left Liberia a long time ago, so I have no idea how these people are chosen. I don't know Julie in person, and I have never talked to her. So maybe Fatu should have something on that level.
Well, how long she been there though? Because this woman, when I was in Liberia, and I've been here for a long time, that's like what, 20 years ago?
Well,
Yeah.
like Fikpee said, because she, and this is from Chastity date. I don't know how the selection was made, and based on what the selection was made, I really don't know. And I don't know how long the person is supposed to be in, because this is not something that you have voted in. This is appointment, the president appointed you to say this is what they gave you. They want you to be this. So I don't know how long. My only concern is I want everybody to be treated fair, and if she's going to be there for lifetime, that's good. We love that, but I want it to be something that she can cater to all Liberians in every corner of Liberia. She should be the mom for them. Now, one group of people always, I just, that is just a no-no for me. I don't care how long she stayed. That's just a no-no for me. She should address that. So really, I don't know how long it should be, and I don't know how the selection came about. I don't know.
I got two questions here. One of them say, Papa Novo Cooper say, can any one of the guests provide explanation why the cultural center in Kenya was closed?
Well, I can give a little bit on that because I lived there, I grew up there, and I have friends and sisters that called me and told me what it was. According to taking over the land, so the government fairly fit to give that trouble to Johnson. But well, Johnson is there. The erosion has not taken over his hotel yet. He stayed there. So even if it is true, it was the erosion. Because of that, they sold the place. Then we should have another place open for the people before Johnson taking over to build.
We have a caller on the line before I read my second question. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Sorry, I hope I'm not overcalling, but on certain sensitive, when I went back online, on certain sensitive topic came up, and I would just love to, if I can take at least 2 minutes just to throw a little light on it, just to point out to everything Fatu just said, just to throw a little light on that.
Do 1 minute. We out of time.
Yes, 1 minute out there. I travel with Auntie Judy, or Sis Judy Annie, to Libya in 2000. I'm one of those. I was part of the crew that won the competition in Libya and we brought back to our country. People always say that the position they gave to Judy Annie, it was the word of all. But the fact that she was put into that position, it means that opposition was activated. No good manner culture ambassador. I got nothing against her. You understand? But when it comes to our culture, it's all our business. Okay, we got what to do with it. Yeah, she's been over there for more than a decade. For years, she's been there. For years, she's been there. Every time you go to Liberia, the culture people always complain. That she more focused. She's not even considering herself culture ambassador. She calls that princess. I mean, she got the water. It's more than me. That she gave herself now. You understand? And the culture is dying. It's really dying. Kenya of everywhere in Liberia, but the PDC have water. If I didn't figure out changing the PDC, they got also told the PDC, why they go move the Singapore PDC and get the back? Why Kenya? They just choose people in the street with nowhere to go. That's not fair. You understand? So I will leave that thought in, man. I don't want to kill all the time, but something has to be done about it. Absolutely, it's way overdue. Everybody keep complaining, so somebody has to be the one to stand up.
Right.
And I think if they come for all the go to the fireballs, because once that position is there, it's very hard to be there. It will be thrown there for. But you can't be there and just be there for the name and do nothing for people and train yourself. So all she do is come musical artist for Nigeria and come and just bring herself. That's not nice. So something has to be done about it. That's just what I wanted to say.
And what's your name again?
I'm Abraham B. Johnson, son of the late Henry F. Johnson.
Abraham B. Johnson, you are calling from Toronto?
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. President Fatu recognizes you now. She's kind of yelling.
That's my answer. My figure told you, my figure did a tremendous, when it comes to contribution of real culture, my figure did a lot. So when those that told me that I think she's one of the main person that brought us over here brought to North America to perform. They're a real culture ambassador. You understand? So those are people that really, really, really and extremely love the culture. My figure been on the time to work for the lawyers, but she never forget her culture.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We hope that the touch of our heritage keep bringing.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Now, there's a question here, tough question here from CB Charleston Senior. He said, I have a friend here who is saying that the Congo people build culture center and encourage culture to keep the natives blind, to control and rule them. We are debating the issue. What do you think? please say something.
Well, I don't know how old is he, and whether he knows all the people, because the names that I saw and those who put Kennedy together today, maybe if they are Congo, maybe one or two, because W.W. Tatman from Nima County, he's part of the original member that Totman talked to. They are the one that built Kennedy. And we have a couple of, additional people. We have Tamakai Jangaba Johnson. He just got that name because he lived for Congo people, but he survived, man. And we have other people. Then we got Baltimore. Those are the people that actually, when Totman came from Senegal, those are the people that he spoke to about the culture. And one Williams. So maybe he's the only Congo person I know. So if he says that, I don't want to tell him he's not saying the truth, because I just got in Kennedy 1978, and Kennedy was formed there between 64 and 65. I was just 1 year old. So I can't, say he's not talking the truth, but I just want to get through like that. I don't think they all were Congo people, so I don't think it was something that were put together just to do what he said it was. So I don't know, but I know we have a lot of traditional people within the original founding group that are getting.
Right. I don't see the connection. Let's go on, Ma'am Fikpee.
I don't know what he's really talking about, because I never live at culture center. But when it comes to culture, if you are saying that the Congo people put that there to control the Liberian people, a lot of us have benefited from the culture business. Just for us traveling to different countries and learning different things. Even if Congo people put the culture troop together, it's the indigenous people that were there performing and bringing the culture to light. We should stop this Congo and travel thing. We have to build and move forward. I can't hold my nose at the same time. I'm trying not to, I'm trying to smell, but I'm holding my nose. How can I do that? Most of the time I speak in parables.
I like that.
Okay. We have to move forward. We have to persevere. We leave Liberia and other countries and travel to United States and other countries. So we learn and put what we learn together with what we have and move forward. I think that's very great if we continue to do that. That's just my take on that issue.
No, I appreciate that. I too can get the connection as to how you encourage people to practice their culture at the same time you control them. But I have to pose the question to you. Danielle, let's wrap up, I believe.
Okay. I mean, I can understand a little bit what the viewer was trying to get at. And I know there are similar theories here in the US about what, maybe white people do to keep Black people from, I guess, understanding the world around them and what's happening. But I think we can all say whatever the intention was, what came from it was something great, that it was a place where Liberian culture could be appreciated, and a place where Liberian culture could be learned and then therefore shared to the rest of the country and other countries around the world. So whatever the intention, I'm just grateful that the information was shared and can still be shared from those who learned back then. So before we go, it seems like we like we lost Miss Gayflor, but Miatta and Miss Flomo, could you just give us your final thoughts before we leave?
I really appreciate this forum today because it has shared some light on where we are today, from how far we have come, and where we can go in the future. But as people, we really need to work together because that's one of the things that is not happening because we, even as artists in this country, we are not trying to work together because so many artists, no Indian, we're not going to work. We got, you know, in order for you to be a real good leader, you got to be a good follower. But a lot of us don't take that into consideration. And I really appreciate that you guys open this forum up for us to talk about the Liberian culture today. I take off my hats to you because finding the time and letting us, you know, voice out some of the concerns that we have and what we all can work together to come for tomorrow for our future generation is very important.
Thank you. Miatta?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank Focus on Liberia. That's why, you know, since I joined Facebook 2011, I'm on Facebook. I know the people say we be on Facebook all day, but it don't matter to me because I know what I'm there. I connect with people, and that's how I'm saying, you know, I was watching Focus in Liberia. Somebody posted it, and I was watching it, and that's how I sent him a friend request, and you know, and that's how I get in contact with everybody. I connect with everybody. You know, it's not for me. I just want to see, like, my generation, the generation that come in, and the generation before. I just want Liberia, this little country called Liberia. Like, there's something good about us Liberians. It's not just drama. So for me, when I connect with people, it's not about drama, and I share light on a lot of things that's happening, the good ones, because I don't have time for the drama. I can be dramatic to myself, but no, we all need to move forward. So that's why I share, even if I know you, I don't know you, but as long as it's Liberia and it's Africa, even different country, or even the country we're in, I share a lot of people work, and let's just all like support each other, work together, yes, and understand each other. Even if you think you know it or you can never know it, you know, we just, you know, we respect each other. And that's this country, this little country, Liberia. I just love that country. Anything about it, I love it. That's why we've been in this country a long time. We all just need to put hands together and do what we got to do. So something good got to come from Liberia, and we are good people. So that's, and I thank you guys so much. I thank you, Dennis. I thank you, Danielle. And thank you guys for watching, the audience. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I said thank you.
For the platform.
For the platform.
Well, Dennis?
Next week, we're going to be here again. We are starting a brand new series on the Liberian Civil War. Some people watching us were not born, or some were babies, or some were not in the country. We want people to come out and give their account, starting with the journalists. So on June 2nd, we're going to have 2 journalists who cover the Liberian Civil War come and give their account. Our purpose is, as we do on Focus on Liberia, we want to educate, we want to elevate and promote all things Liberia. So we're going to start a brand new series on the Liberian Civil War, not for people to come and blame one another, but just to come and give an account. All right, Princess, we lost you and now you are back. If you can hear us, then we want to hear your final comments.
Hello.
Right, you can hear us. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
We just want to hear your final thoughts before we close the broadcast tonight.
Okay. My final thought would be, She stayed. I just want to let people know she should be one great example that we all should look at and leave, everything that the people telling us, oh, you're getting old, you to leave the dance and this and that. I can't believe she at that they push so proud. Oh, today she's at our age and she stay pushing. I'm talking there. The American man said goosebumps coming on me, seriously. Because these people been performing from the time we were kids and we bother with them. They still doing it and she's doing this. I just want to applaud her and say thank you so much and hoping that her friends at this age can look at those from culture ambassador and from national troop that are taking step by saying they are oh, they can look at her and say, yes, if people can do it, we can do it. And then to our young artists that are out there from the sing the song. My daughter sing her song all the time when we go to program. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the folk art and singing everything that we're doing. Because as long as we are all living, but we don't have the strength you got, we will keep pushing you so you can go. And I want to say thanks to Focus on Liberia for having us today. I think this is one of the greatest interviews I have ever had because they speak on things that people never asked for. And I'm so happy that we went deeper and we touched things that, people will not believe we touched, but hey, we touched them today. And I'm so happy to have you people call us to come and do this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you again to all of you for joining us and taking time to spend your Sunday evening with us. Thank you to our viewers for always joining. We'll be back again next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, like we are every Sunday. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Focus on Liberia. Friend us on Facebook, Focus on Liberia, the account we are airing live from today. And we also have a business page, Focus on Liberia. So if you could like that, that would be appreciated as well. As Dennis said, next week we'll be back with starting a series on the Civil War, where people will give their own accounts of what they saw and what they experienced. It'll be a great learning experience for all of us, especially those of us who either were not born yet or were in the diaspora and did not experience the war. So please join us next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you. Bye, Sis People. Bye, Miatta.
On behalf of my co-host and also my guest relations manager, Stephanie Setro, is good night and God bless you from all of us here at Focus on Liberia.
Thank you.